Fred and Finn, thank you so much for joining me today. So it's pretty warm in here, isn't it, at the moment? And you've just been doing your sound check. How's that been going?
Heat waves.
Yeah, that's
British heat waves.
So how long have you been here? Because we had a major heat wave last week. Were you guys around for that?
We heard of that. No, we just arrived.
Okay.
We came all the way from Berlin tonight, and we are here for like an hour or something.
Is this your first time in the UK?
No, it's not the first time. We played
fifth time, I guess.
fifth time.
Oh, so you like
probably.
it? You keep coming back?
Yeah, of course.
It's just been
Love
so
it.
long since we were here last time. It was before the pandemic, I think.
Yeah.
So
Right before the pandemic. I think it was the last tour, right before the pandemic, right?
That's true.
Was
Yeah, back in 2019,
Yeah, we played. Did we play in London as well?
played in London. Yeah.
But where was that?
I forgot about
The garage.
Okay, in
Yeah.
London.
Yeah.
I don't know it, but I'm sure it's pretty iconic.
Yeah,
it is. Yeah, we heard that.
Of course it is.
Now, I know everyone asks you this. When we have foreign bands come over to the UK, we always say, what do you like about England? And you have to be super polite and say, oh, we love the British fans and everything's so great. Yeah. But what do you really like about the UK?
I think people are quite. They're really lovely and quite open. So we live in Berlin, and it's a little bit different because like everybody seems to like live on their own. In Berlin, it's like very anonymous, and in the UK, I think it's like more like. How can I say it? So when you walk down the street and there's some like a completely stranger and he says something like, "Oh, I like your shirt," and so like these like the small things. I really like the small things.
So you think Londoners are quite friendly?
It is.
Good.
What do you say?
I'm a Londoner, and everyone always says London's not friendly, but the rest of the UK is. So up north, I think you're going tomorrow to Manchester, aren't you? And
Yeah,
you're going
Manchester.
to Liverpool. So up north is where they're known for being super friendly, and Londoners get a bad rep. But I've lived in both, and I think Londoners can be really nice, right?
It is. Yeah. It is.
And
I would say so.
And they do compliment your clothes. I'm always stopping people and saying, I like your shirt.
Yeah, that's so cool.
So talking about shirts and fashion, obviously both of you look super stylish.
Thank you. You too.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you, darling. I'm getting a vibe of Harry Styles with you.
With me?
Yeah. It's
But
Harry
why?
Styles. Just with the pearl necklace and the sort of candy colours,
Yeah.
the floppy hair.
I mean,
Say it's a big compliment.
Thank you very much. He's a national treasure.
Yeah, absolutely. Apparently there's a course now in America where you can study Harry Styles. It's a main course. So he's
Really?
really making an impact, isn't he?
That's crazy.
Yeah, I mean, he's like the biggest pop star at the moment. I would say he's like he's a legend.
Absolutely. Yeah. And who else is an inspiration to you musically?
Musically, nearly everything. I would say, like we are really into pop music and hip hop music and jazz music and R&B music and nearly everything. But I mean, yeah, from the UK, like all the big artists coming from the UK, and I really love I would say Stormzy and Joy Crookes is really cool from the UK, and
You're literally naming
Arlo
my
Parks.
favourite
Arlo
artists.
Parks, Sam
Yeah.
Fender. I mean, the list is very long.
Coldplay.
Of course.
I'm so glad you said Coldplay because I was listening to Morning Blue, your new single, and
Yeah.
I think that's got very Coldplay vibes, especially the intro, the beginning.
Yeah.
So yeah,
Thank you
definitely
very much.
got,
Thank
yeah,
you.
definitely got a Coldplay sound. Obviously, they've achieved world domination. Is that something you want to emulate?
So we just went to a Coldplay show. It was our first Coldplay show ever. Her was opening up for them. It was amazing. We saw them in the big stadium in Olympia Stadium in Germany and in Berlin, and it was incredible. It was an incredible show. It was the first time for us seeing them live, and you know we were really into when we were like this. We were really into the first albums, and so it was like a dream coming true seeing them live.
Lovely. And you talk about when you were tiny, and I know you guys got together in 2015, and you're still pretty young yourselves. But how did you get together, Finn? How did the band come together?
So Fred and I, we are cousins. So the
Okay.
family bounds. We had our first band when we were, I think, 8 years old. So like this, and I was playing guitar, Fred was playing drums, and we were just making
We tried it.
noise,
at least.
basically.
Were you basically at family reunions when you go to family parties? So you go upstairs and you do a little performance?
Yeah, we actually started out like
everybody
this, yeah.
wanted us to play something. We were like, oh no, I don't want it.
Did you have to show the family? Did you do little routines for them or anything?
Not Did we not really?
Not really.
No,
No,
oh my
no,
goodness,
not
if I
really.
was an auntie or something and the cousins were playing upstairs, I'd be like, come down and show us. You've got to put on a show. Like,
Yeah, but we do not really want to. I think it was more like, we're a little bit,
are you a little bit shy,
a
secretly?
little bit shy, yeah. I mean, at that time.
Yeah. What
Still
about
a
you,
little
Finn? Are
bit.
you shy?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I think I'm a shy person.
Not too shy.
Not too shy.
Well, sometimes if you're in a band, it's the interviews that can be quite intimidating, isn't it? Because when you're on stage, it's almost like you become a different person and you've got the crowd and you feed off the energy. Do you feel like that? Do you feel like you go through a transformation once you're on stage?
Definitely, I would say Fimbo is a completely different person
That's true.
on stage. He's like super quiet and he's like very, I don't know, very on his own all the time. And then when he's on stage, he's just a beast. He's crazy. Yeah.
And what sort of do you channel then to get that energy when you go on stage? If you sort of go through that transformation of being quite shy and then you think, because Beyonce has Sasha Fierce, right? Beyonce says that she actually is quite a shy person. And then before she goes on stage, she pretends to be somebody else. Do you feel like you have to do that? Or is it just that's where you feel most comfortable?
Sometimes maybe. I think it was different when we started out with the band like 6 years ago. I think our stage presence was completely different. You can compare it to now, I guess. And we just played, I think, 400 shows maybe. And so we got used to it.
Yeah.
And we learned how to like perform on stage and what's working, what's not working. And so I think, that made a huge difference.
And 400 shows is pretty intense, right? So you've done a lot, you've really honed your craft. But if you're on the road all the time, do you have a bit of disagreements between each other? Do you fall out a little bit? 3 of them aren't here, so we've just got the 2 of you, so you can tell me the real secrets of what really goes on tour. You're going to be polite, aren't you? You're going to be nice.
Yeah. Very diplomatic.
Yeah. Okay, who's the grumpy one in the band then? Who's the one that's maybe not the morning person?
Probably me when I'm hungry.
I get hangry.
Yeah,
There's-
hangry.
Yeah,
Yeah.
do you have that saying? Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, this morning.
That
We
was
just
fine.
got back from the restaurant, so yeah.
So I've got you in a good mood now. And what about what else happens on tour? Is there anything else where there's not necessarily just the disagreements, but also the fun moments? Like who's the joker on tour? Who's the one that maybe is sort of the dad of the group?
I would say Finn is probably the dad of the band.
Me?
Yeah.
Oh,
Thank you. I think I take it as a compliment.
You wouldn't agree?
No. Probably you're right.
Yeah. So
is that because he's quite responsible? Quite nurturing?
Yeah, maybe.
you are
that's it.
definitely responsible
Yeah.
for everything.
Got it from my dad.
Yeah. What was the question? Sorry.
Just what are you like on tour? Just who what role does everybody take on? Who's the partier? Who's the one that will push you to go to the after party?
I would say probably Luca.
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but I think we are not. I mean, when we are on tour for like 4 months now. So it's quite a lot of touring, and
Yeah.
we are at a point that we are really not into partying anymore. We're just
You're growing up a little bit. And also you need stamina, right? If you're
Yeah.
going to do that many tours, you need
Exactly.
to be on it and you
Yeah.
need to be quite healthy.
That's right.
And that's true. Yeah.
So talking about being healthy then, there's a big movement in the UK at the moment not to drink. Is that something that you guys embrace, or do you like to sort of let loose after your gigs?
So after our shows, we maybe drink. Have a drink, or maybe 1 or 2, but not too much. I think we all drink a little bit, but not.
I think there aren't many jobs in the world where it's like that normal to drink during your work.
Yeah.
But
That's
it has
true.
to do with we are like in entertainment, or
Yeah.
we do that what people only do like in the nighttime.
Yeah, yeah.
But it's our daily life, so you have to be careful, definitely.
Yeah, absolutely. Well, I've been in the music industry for over 10 years, so I totally get it. There's always parties, there's always things going on, and it'd be easy to get swept up in it. So you've definitely got your head
Always
screwed
free
on.
drinks.
Yeah, exactly. I prefer it when there's free cake and things like that. If there's like a sandwich platter, that's
Also
what I'm
dangerous.
for. Yeah. Also
Oh,
dangerous.
vegetables! Finally.
So you're coming across as very well-behaved good boys. So I imagine your families
Thank
are
you very
super
much.
proud. So do you miss them when you're on the road?
Of course, I really miss my dad and my mom and my sister. But yeah, I just saw them 1 week ago. So,
Okay.
yeah.
And what do they
Not too
think
bad.
of you being in the music industry?
They love it. I mean, they are really enthusiastic about music and
Really supportive.
yeah, really supportive from the beginning. So they're just super proud and yeah.
That's so lovely. And you two are cousins, so what's the connection? Is it your mothers that are related or your fathers?
My mother is related to his father.
Lovely. Okay. So do they bring each other up a lot and say and follow you on Instagram and follow on your socials and what you've been up to?
No, they don't have Instagram.
Maybe that's a good thing.
And not they don't have Facebook at all. So it's like we show them some pictures, we send them some pictures and some videos, and they were like, "Oh yeah, I saw that."
You can filter the good ones. You can show them the ones that show you well behaved as well, right?
Exactly.
Well, I have been stalking your Instagram, I'll be honest, and I've seen that you've just been in Mexico. So how was that?
That was fantastic. Completely incredible. Like the best show ever, I would say, of our career so far.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
What was so epic about it?
The audience.
Definitely the audience. We're really, really grateful for the incredible fan community in Mexico, because they are very, very special. Yeah. And we received so many gifts before the show and after the show, and they threw it on stage and everything, and they were really, really cute.
They weren't throwing underwear, were they? No, because that's the sort of a thing that they used to do like years ago back in the day. I know underwear was getting thrown, but what sort of gifts were you getting now? Was it quite wholesome?
So like the typical hats, the Mexican hats, and
loads of wristbands, self-made. That was so cute.
Yeah, self-made wristbands, self-made kind of teddies.
Oh.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
And if they're handmade, you know, people have gone to a lot of effort, right? They've spent a lot of time on it, which is very sweet. Do you keep your presents? Because there's going to be fans watching that might have made the handmade bracelets and the teddies, and they want to know where those presents and toys go.
We bring them all to our rehearsal space in Berlin.
Do you?
So, yeah, of
Good.
course.
Oh, that's so lovely. And okay, so you've really put up the hype that the Mexican fans can bring it, and they bring a lot of energy and a lot of enthusiasm. I think the London fans can do that also.
Yeah?
Yeah, absolutely, definitely,
right,
especially after a pandemic. Everybody is absolutely itching to go out, and they're going to try and cram to the front and all the rest of it.
Amazing.
What do you notice about the British fans? Do you notice a different energy or anything at all? You said when you're out and about, we're super polite, but what about when we're on the dance floor?
Yeah, it has been some time since our last time in the UK, but I think our last show was in Manchester.
Yeah.
And people over there, we never experienced something like that, because they were actually singing along to the bass lines our bass player Luca is playing.
Yeah.
That's just crazy.
Yeah, they seem to knew all the all the small fills and all the details.
Yeah.
It's incredible. Yeah.
That must be such a nice feeling when you see people singing things back, especially all over the world.
Yeah.
I know you've had, I think it's 200 million downloads for your last album. And what are you expecting for the next album? So it's obviously been a 2 years
Even
of
more.
hiatus, hasn't it? Even more, double, triple, put it in the universe. Absolutely believe that. But what can we expect from your new music that maybe is a bit of an evolvement from your debut album?
You mean sound-wise?
Yeah.
Mm,
Well, you can tell me about everything. If
we
you're
do
planning
not
dance
really
moves,
know,
tell me that.
to be honest, because we are like in the middle of the process.
Okay.
At the moment, we never wrote so many demos and so many songs for an album. So we have like 40 songs already, which feels quite good, to be honest, quite relaxing. But yeah, we will figure it out. I have no idea, man.
So now you've got to whittle it down. That's a challenge in itself, right?
Yeah.
If you know you've got 40 really, really strong songs, and now you've got to try and shift it through to, say maybe 12 for an album. So I don't envy you. That must be difficult. What's your inspiration musically? What makes you want to write a song?
I would say nearly everything we experience in our lives. I would say like everything. Could be relationships, and could be music and movies and books, and just everything. Small conversations.
I think especially after a tour like this, like when we've been on the road for 3 months, there's just like this energy to create something.
Because you're not really able to create music
that's it. Yeah,
on the road.
It's like
right?
you want to create, but you can't create on the road. Not really, at least, because we're just touring is just It's chaos.
Yeah, of course. Do you write it all down? Do you have a notes section in your phone or a notebook where you write down ideas as they come to you?
Yeah, sure.
On my phone, yeah.
Yeah.
And on your phone as well.
Yeah.
And then is there any creative differences? Is there some of you that maybe write more romantic lyrics and others of you that say, oh no, that's too mushy, we need something with a bit more energy? Like, who's the romantic in the group?
This one.
I'm a romantic.
This one. Oh, of course, man.
Are you with someone at the moment or are you single?
That's too private, man.
That's too private.
I thought that answer could get you in trouble either way. Okay. But what do you think makes you a romantic? What is it that... Are you quite soppy?
Say again?
Are you quite soppy? So that means...
What's that?
That means, like, are you very affectionate and let sort of your partner get their way? Like to plan nice dates, maybe nice restaurants, and leave little notes.
not that. No, that's definitely not me.
You're looking at me blank. I feel like you don't do any of this.
I'm not sure about that.
That's why you don't know the word.
Oh, well, ladies like to be treated with people that are a bit soppy sometimes. Sometimes it is nice to show sort of a bit of an emotion. Do you think you're quite sensitive people? Because often a lot of artists, because they are so creative, are very in touch with their emotions, even not romantic emotions, just a general sensitivity.
Yeah, definitely, 100%.
Yeah?
I would say so, yeah. Definitely sensitive.
Yeah. Do you get your feelings hurt quite easily? Do like the reviews and critics sometimes get to you?
No, I wouldn't say so.
Oh, really? No.
No.
So you got thick skin.
I think we
I
are
don't
the
read
worst
them.
critics we are to ourselves. Like the standard we have, or we want to reach. That's the most challenging, I think.
Definitely.
Yeah. So where are you going then? That standard's high, you know, get bigger and bigger. You're in Liverpool in a few days, and that's where the Beatles are from. So, I mean, you know, you're following some amazing footsteps. You've spoke about Coldplay being an influencer. You look like Harry Styles. You've got it all going on. So where do you see
Maybe
yourself?
I'm Harry Styles.
Who knows? Where do you hope to be in 5 years?
In 5 years, that's a tough one. I just want to write good music, and I would love to write an album and another one, maybe in 5 years, maybe even 3 albums, and I would love to tour with my friends and be on the road and share some memories. Yeah, basically that.
Lovely, Finn. What about you?
Interview said. Same as Fred, actually. I think if we can continue what we are doing right now, then that's such a gift and such a privilege. So, yeah, if we can reach that, that would be really beautiful.
That's lovely. And outside of music, so obviously we can expect lots of albums from yourselves, but is there anything else you'd like to go into? A lot of artists now, they release fragrances, or they write a book, or they do photography.
So Johnny, he's doing a lot of analog photography.
Oh,
and
yeah.
He's really good at it. So he always has his camera with him on tour, and it's really great to like have these memories on analog film. That's just super beautiful, and he's really talented.
He's really talented, yes. I would love to learn sailing.
Wow.
Mm-hmm.
Have you ever done any sailing? Is there any background there? No, that's a new
I don't
skill.
have the time for it. But I told Finn
Earlier this year, you wanted
earlier
to
this year,
learn sailing.
this summertime, I will learn sailing. But now I'm here, and I'm not a sailor.
Do you know what? You could bring the family on a sailboat. You could write some music there, and you could do a performance on the sea. So you could bring it all together.
Yeah.
There we go. There's a plan. Well, brilliant. Thank you so much for joining me today.
Thank you.
I really
Thank you
appreciate
very
it,
much.
and I can't wait to see you later on.
Thank
Thanks
you.
for having us.
Thank you.